Most people think they need millions of dollars to retire comfortably. But according to investing author William Bernstein, the math is actually much simpler than people think. If you understand just 3 numbers, you can roughly estimate whether your retirement plan is working or quietly failing. And later in this video, I'll show you one of the biggest threats to your retirement plan. And surprisingly, it isn't low returns, inflation, or even market crashes. So let's start with the question everyone wants answered. How much do you actually need to retire comfortably? Bernstein gives a surprisingly practical framework. He explains that the average person roughly needs about 25 years of living expenses saved for retirement. But here's the important nuance many people miss. That number assumes you're funding retirement entirely on your own. In reality, most people will likely receive some form of social security or pension income, and Bernstein estimates that this could cover roughly half of those retirement expenses, which means your personal investment portfolio may need to cover roughly 12 years of living expenses, assuming social security or pension income covers part of retirement. That's a massive psychological difference, because retirement suddenly stops feeling like an impossible mountain of money and starts feeling like a solvable long-term process. And that's really Bernstein's framework in 3 numbers. 25 years of living expenses as the full retirement target, roughly 12 years as your personal portfolio goal, assuming some pension or social security support, and 15% of your income as the savings rate that helps get you there over a working lifetime. Now, obviously, this depends on lifestyle, location, health, and future policy changes. But the broader point remains. Retirement is less mysterious than people think. It's mostly math, time, and behavior. And Bernstein argues that if you start around age 25, saving roughly 15% of your income consistently over your career gives you a strong probability of retiring comfortably. Not because 15% is magical, but because time is doing most of the heavy lifting. A lot of people underestimate how powerful long-term compounding becomes over several decades. The early years feel slow, sometimes painfully slow. You sacrifice money today for a future version of yourself that still feels abstract and distant, which is why many people quit too early. But retirement math is less about intensity and more about duration. Someone investing consistently for 40 years often beats someone trying to aggressively catch up later. One of Bernstein's most important ideas is that your savings rate matters more than your investing brilliance, because even incredible investment returns cannot compensate for consistently undersaving. Bernstein's point is simple. Even if you can invest like Warren Buffett without consistent saving, building long-term wealth becomes nearly impossible. And honestly, most retirement failure doesn't happen through one catastrophic decision. It happens quietly, gradually. A slightly more expensive apartment, a car payment that stretches too far, constant lifestyle upgrades, small recurring expenses that slowly consume your margin. Individually, none of these decisions feel life-changing. But over decades, they become enormous. And this is why retirement planning is deeply psychological. Because most people don't fail retirement due to lack of intelligence. They fail because modern life is engineered to make saving feel painful. Modern life constantly pressures people to consume now and think later. The newest phone, the nicer car, the appearance of success. But real wealth is often surprisingly invisible. Many financially successful people look ordinary. Meanwhile, many people who appear rich are financing lifestyles they can barely sustain. And this creates one of the biggest traps in personal finance, confusing visible consumption with actual wealth. Because real wealth is not what you display. It's the freedom created by assets, not appearances. It's what you keep and what gives you future freedom. So once you begin saving consistently, the next question becomes, where should the money actually go? Bernstein recommends a basic 3-fund portfolio, a US total stock market index fund, an international stock market index fund, and a bond market fund. Bernstein is specific about the split, equal amounts in each, and once a year you rebalance them back to equal. That's the full active management requirement, about 15 minutes a year. That's it. No complicated stock picking, no constant trading, no prediction-based strategies. And this simplicity frustrates people because simple feels too easy. But simple and ineffective are not the same thing. Bernstein argues that most professional investors struggle to consistently beat the market over long periods because markets are brutally competitive. When you buy stocks, You're often competing against institutions filled with analysts, algorithms, and professionals doing this full time. Trying to consistently outsmart the market is incredibly difficult, which is why index investing matters. Instead of trying to beat the system, you simply own the system. You accept market returns rather than chasing extraordinary ones. And historically, that approach has beaten most active investors over time. But now, we arrive at the hardest part. At some point in your investing lifetime, your portfolio will probably fall dramatically. During the Great Depression, stocks lost around 90% of their value. Even during the 2008 financial crisis, losses were close to 60%. And when that happens, your emotions will start convincing you that something is terribly wrong. This is where most retirement plans fail, not during good times, during fear. Bernstein explains that human beings were never designed to think in multi-decade time horizons. Our brains evolved to survive immediate danger, a predator, a threat, a sudden risk, not temporary financial declines that recover over decades. So people panic, they sell near the bottom, move to cash, stop investing, then eventually re-enter once markets recover. In other words, buy high, sell low, the exact opposite of what works. And this is why one of the biggest threats to long-term retirement success is emotional decision-making, not lack of intelligence, not lack of information, behavior, which is why systems matter. Automatic investing, automatic contributions, periodic rebalancing, not because they're exciting, but because consistency usually beats emotion. One of the most refreshing ideas Bernstein emphasizes is that successful investing should feel boring most of the time. Modern finance culture teaches the opposite. It trains people to believe investing requires constant action, predictions, urgency, breaking news, top stocks to buy now. But long-term wealth is usually built quietly, slowly, patiently. And Bernstein goes even further. He warns that much of the financial industry profits more from your activity than from your success. The more emotional you become, the more you trade, the more complicated your portfolio gets, the more money many firms make, which is why low-cost index funds matter so much, because fees compound too. A 1% or 2% annual fee may sound small today, but over decades it quietly destroys massive amounts of wealth. So retirement math isn't just about returns, it's also about minimizing unnecessary friction. Lower fees, lower debt, lower emotional mistakes, lower lifestyle inflation. And maybe that's the deeper lesson underneath all of this. Retirement planning isn't really about becoming rich. It's about creating future freedom. The freedom to stop working because you want to, not because you're forced to. And ironically, that freedom is usually built through behaviors that feel unimpressive in the moment. Consistency, patience, moderation, long-term thinking. Not brilliance, not prediction. Just sustained discipline over time. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish financially in a year, and massively underestimate what they can build in 40. This video was inspired by William Bernstein's book, If You Can, How Millennials Can Get Rich Slowly, a short, remarkably practical book we'd highly recommend. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing. We make videos like this every week to help you build wealth more intentionally through timeless financial principles instead of hype-driven trends.